Heat him up!
Make him hard! Ready!
Let's show this prehistoric bitch how we do things downtown.
Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to Geekin Out. I'm yours truly, the Nate Bison, here for another Out of Your Mind Sunday night stream, y'all. And I'm here once again with the boys today. And I hear myself in a echo. Echo. Who is the echo? Who is it? Which one of y'all is the echo? Because I can hear myself. Someone's playing it on a video. Let me see. Where is that coming from?
It's not me.
Gone. Okay, it's gone. It's gone. Oh, wait. It's good. That's good. It's gone. All right. All right. Hey, so how's everybody doing today? How's everybody feeling? Because it's Sunday and no Hot Toy releases or pre-orders. So, damn.
It's the calm before the storm.
Oh, you're saying it's a calm before the storm, huh?
Yeah, I mean, May the 4th is literally less than 3 weeks away at this point. So, yeah, I mean, prepare your wallets because you know there's so many things going to be dropping.
Oh,
I'm
my
pissed
God.
off. Where's Wick and Kane?
Yeah, I was really hoping for that, to be
bring
honest.
it. Perfect week to bring it.
Well, to be fair, we won't see it for like 2 years, so...
Yeah, but we got to
it's
start
gonna
that
be okay.
2-year clock now. We got to start like
Start
now.
here we got to start the 2-year
gotta get
clock
that
now, but then
pre-order
get
plate.
delayed a year after.
Yeah, that's what I mean. At least take my money now, at least.
Yeah, at least let me secure the pre-order.
Yeah.
Now that I can do that again.
Well, to be fair, like I got other things to prioritize right now other than just pre-orders. So I'll be okay whenever they're ready to drop it. Hell, they could drop it in Summer Showcase. Well, I think they'll probably be able to drop it this week, right before May 4th, because May 4th is about a week after, like it's pretty much next week after this, right? What's this week? No, we got 2 more weeks.
It's in 2 weeks.
We got 2 more weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 19 days technically.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there's plenty of time to drop between now and April. I don't see them dropping John Wick and Kane May 4th week. That's because that's Star Wars week.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Star
but
Wars.
do you think that the delay, you remember when they took the promo pics down because there was that inaccuracy with the finger, I think it was? So
Yeah.
they removed it. So I wonder if any of that had anything to do. It's just weird because I definitely thought that like when John Wick came out, I don't remember what it was been out like a month now, a little over a month and a half. I would have thought they would have dropped it, like give it like a week or two when the hype was like hype, and like at least drop those figures. Now the John Wick hype is totally down. It's all Star Wars now, so I would just wonder, like you said, it's 2 years out, but I was hoping the ticker would have started like a month ago.
Yeah, it would have been.
Well, I think it's going to be sooner rather than later because the Continental, the prequel miniseries, that's actually now getting all like the previews and
I get it.
And the trailers are starting to come out.
I just would have thought that the John Wick, like when the hype was the hype, when we were all talking about it, think boom, there you go, looking for this, and then there you go.
It could have been something to do with Lionsgate. Maybe Lionsgate told them to pull it down
Yeah.
because they're not ready.
And then another thing too, I know this week there's talks that Carnage and who else was it? Carnage and Cyborg for this week. I
hope
forget.
Cyborg. I had that thing paid off.
I know. It's
I haven't
Carnage
gotten
or
notified
somebody
yet.
else that there's talk of the town. Let me see. Let me go back to Monica. Let's see what Monica had to say. Guardians announcement apparently this week. Oh yeah, I heard about that one. Okay, Carnage or Cyborg for this week. So maybe they might throw in a pre-order for Kane and John Wick with the release of Carnage or Cyborg. So that's like possible. Yeah.
We'll see.
But we'll see what happens. All right, guys. So we'll be ending the stream pretty much at 8 because the U-Mix will end right at 8. So let's get down to business. We're 5 minutes in. So today, everybody will be discussing what, after the hype train of episode 7 and the coming finale 8, it looks like Hot Toys is going to be pretty much like if the reason why they haven't dropped anything was because of the, keeping everything hush-hush. Because a lot of these figures that we potentially see are in episode 7 and 8. As far as we can see from viewing it. Because as as I watch things today, I don't even watch not only for the story and the action and the love for the characters, but the fact that I see hot toys after hot toys after hot toys. You're right. So that's how I view it now.
Excuse me.
So that's what we're gonna be doing today. Just going over the Mandalorian episode and with the characters that were revealed in the show with new costumes and what have you. So let's get down to business. So the newest drip on the block is my boy, freaking Moff Gideon.
Arena Boba Fett.
Arena Boba Fett has come back
Live
for
action.
vengeance.
Arena
Live action.
Mandalorian.
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 Yes. So when I first saw this, that's pretty much what I thought of. Just the live action Arena Boba Fett with the red accents. I would love it if Hottoys does drop this anytime soon. I would love it they actually throw in the actual light up feature on the left side of his chest piece because Boba Fett has not yet received that yet. So I'm hoping that this will probably be the first time we get that. Maybe some USB powered. USB powered and also maybe a lightsaber in play with this. We'll see what happens with episode 8. But so we're gonna go down the list. When I pretty much finish up, then we're gonna go down the list of everybody. Because I don't want to lose anything from what I have in mind. So keep that in mind, Don Brian. Don't lose that thought. So if you do have the Arena Boba Fett, it's pretty much with Mandalorian horns, right? With red accents. I do love the cape. He kept the cape. They kept the drip on the cape. Also jetpack function, so they're probably gonna have the light up thrusters and what have you. Not light up, but the actual thrusters that you see on Jango Fett and other Mandalorian figures, like your Din Djarin and what have you. And also you're probably gonna get a head sculpt with this with Moff Gideon's updated head sculpt. At this point, I'm trying to figure out whether or not I am gonna army build this one. Because you're gonna get one with the head sculpt and one with the helmet. I'm trying to debate that because right now I have like 2 Moff Gideons. So, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out if I could just buy one of these and just use that new head sculpt and new helmet on the other body. But I'll see what happens going forward with this piece because I might just get the one because I do love just the helmet and the whole Mandalorian look on this bad boy.
The only thing that's new is that he shaved his mustache off.
Okay, so at that point,
something different.
So at that point, honestly, I don't need to get 2 of these.
No, you don't. You just need one.
But that's what I'm saying is because I have 2 Moff Gideons right now. So
well then you're good, man. Like the only difference in his head sculpt is he literally shaved his mustache off. That's it.
I knew there was something different about him. I didn't know.
Yeah, his mustache got burned off when he got rescued at the Targaryen shuttle.
Yeah, hey man, freezer bird's a hell of a thing. I tell you what.
Free the stash.
So with the pricing, this is probably going to be what $285, maybe $290. So it'll be a lot more than the original Moff Gideon because it looks like he's going to come with a lot more and also 2 looks to come with this.
Yeah.
Those of you that waited long enough. Hey, congratulations. Hottoys might drop this one, and also it's a Boba Fett clone, so most likely. But anyway, I already said my piece. I'm enjoying this figure. I'm enjoying this look so far for Mandalorian Moff Gideon. And the one thing I would like to say before we continue to the next member is the fact that everybody and their mother got mad on Twitter about this damn look because he was taking culture from Mandalorians. I'm like, this dude literally massacred an entire planet of Mandalorians, wiped it out, nuked it, and this is the red flag when he starts taking cultures from other people after he murders them. Dude, the red flag should have been when he was torturing children to get his way. I'm like, oh my god, the red flag is he's taking culture now. I'm like, wait a minute, he was literally killing, mass murdering genocide, Mandalorians. I'm like, but it is what it is. Don Prime, up next. Let's go.
All right. So first off, he's got a Vader flight suit. So potential leather suit or that new material.
Oh damn! Yeah. Yeah. That's gonna be tough.
I could see them potentially trying it out on this because it would be a lot easier than Vader. Oh, again, like a test run. But there's a couple of different variations I actually love. So his helmet, the face plates coming down actually seem a little wider than a normal Mando helmet. I don't know if it's because of the lighting or the red accents, but it does seem like the front paneling is pushed out a little wider than normal. So, and then he also has the Iron Heart in the middle of his armor, which, other new characters and designs we've seen doesn't have that. So I'm almost wanting to say that Gideon might actually be a Mandalorian, like he might actually be from Mandalore. He might have been, and credit to other things I see, based on, they've given how old he is. They just haven't given his backstory. What if he was actually a member of Death Watch under Maul, and then he went to the Empire?
Watch him be Woves' dad.
Also, he could be part of Concordons. From those plans as well. He's still a Mandalorian outside of Mandalore, so it could possibly they'll probably be a little revealed.
I'll laugh my ass off if they say that he's Woves' dad. He's like,
Well, there is some theories out there that Woves is the other spy, but
that's
we'll see what happens.
That's what I say. Watch it be a crazy twist like I'm your father.
No. What if it's Cosca Reeves? That's her dad.
Oh,
she's been quiet. She's been very quiet the past few episodes. So maybe
that one guy who laid down the theory about it possibly being Woves, man, he had a really solid. His theory's solid.
Yeah, because here's the thing though. When Moff Gideon was told that the Mandalorians are banding together, he lifted his eyebrow like, which Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Which Mandalorians are getting together?
I know you guys saw that guy. I know you saw that guy's theory saying that, like, it's weird that Axe wasn't in the last 2 episodes when the rest of them were. When Bo-Katan and Cosca Reeves were there, and when they were fighting Moff Gideon, Woves was the only guy missing. Like, where was he?
I think that was actually addressed by a couple of years ago that he was off doing a separate mission.
No, they readdressed it with Katie Sackhoff, and she said, all I can say is it'll be explained later. We're not allowed to say anything.
Okay.
Why he wasn't there.
Yeah.
That was the same guy who had the theory that he wasn't in the one when Luke rescued them too. Axel wasn't there either.
That's
the guy. We read the same.
Yeah,
we watched the same one. Yeah, he said he was out of both major situations like that. Major battles.
Here's another thing too. It doesn't make sense why he's going to escape and tell the fleet. You can't communicate to the fleet because of that perpetual storm across the planet. You can't get communication out there. So how are you going to let the fleet know if the only ship that you can get to them has taken off with the armor? So it didn't make sense to me. Why are you escaping to try and alert the fleet to send reinforcements when you can't even communicate to the fleet with the perpetual storm? But that being said, Don Prime, would you pick this up? And do you have the original?
Oh, I have Moff Gideon already. Yeah, in between the middle of 2 Dark Troopers. So this is a wait and see what else we have coming for episode 8 before I make a final decision.
Okay, so you're gonna wait till episode 8 till you make a final decision. And more likely that we'll drop this because Hottoys, they don't care whether there's figures in stock or not. They already made their sale. Sideshow already bought their stock, okay, of what they need, bought their badges. Hottoys already made their money. So if they're going to drop more figures, they're going to drop them. So you're going to wait till episode 8 and make your decision then. All right.
Oh, exactly, yeah.
All right. CMB, your thoughts on the Moff Gideon Mandalorian style here, Arena Fett, and will you be picking this up?
I liked it. Like, when you and I were discussing it, like, I like this take of the different, like, Mando, I guess you can say, appropriation armor that's being used by the Empire, whether it be with Moff or the other characters that we're probably going to discuss. I'm going to be picking it up. just because I gotta support Gus Fring, man. Gotta support him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, running a chicken franchise ain't cheap.
Exactly, man.
Running a Mandalorian franchise ain't cheap at this point. Look at all that Beskar he's carrying, all that drip.
Rebuilding the empire is not cheap, man.
Yep.
That's why he had to get all that blue ice from Walter.
Yep. You want to sell me some death sticks? Yeah, you don't want to sell me death sticks.
But yeah, no, I'm all for it. I dig it. I like the look.
Do you have the original one?
Yep, I sure do.
Okay, so you'd be cool getting another one.
Yep.
Okay.
Because I'll keep this one helmeted, and then like I said, because the only difference in season 1 and 2 and season 3 is he just shaved his mustache off. That's it. So for me, it's just a no-brainer. Just keep one with the Mando armor helmet on, and the other one with his normal original look.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, it looks like. Damn. Yeah, Don. You're right. Look at that. Look at that Vader pleather. Dear Lord, help us, God. Help us. There's no God here. Only pleather. Oh, damn. That hurts me so bad. Look at that. Look at all that pleather. Get your 303s ready, y'all. Get your 303s ready.
Unless you live in a dry climate, then you're lucky.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely, Moff is a Vader fan, no doubt, Vader fan. He pretty much like his original look. We were talking about how his look sort of resembles Vader in the original season 1, right?
Yep.
So he's definitely a Vader fan. He has to be.
Watch it be revealed that like he was, I wouldn't say an apprentice, but more like he followed in his teachings type of deal. Like he studied him.
Yeah,
Almost like an acolyte.
Yeah, because he does have skills with the saber. He doesn't have any issues using it like Din does. So, wow. I got the Bo Fettuccine. I got the original, and we'll be getting this one also armored and non-mustache. Non-mustache. Yeah. So, Mr. Mom Collectibles, let me know your thoughts on the new Moff Gideon 2.0, and will you be picking it up? And do you have the original one?
No, I don't have the original. Don almost persuaded me to get it last weekend, and I ended up had to hold off on it. So I'll probably pick it up on Sideshow, one of those deals or whatever. Not as good as the deal that Don showed off, but I don't have the original. I will be getting the new one as well. I love it. I love the look. To be honest with you, I'm waiting for someone to go crazy and take their Arena Fett and actually repaint it with the red and put the red on the Arena Fett, even though it won't be 100% accurate. But I'm waiting for someone to do like a custom like Arena Fett that looks like this.
Yeah.
But it'd be sick though. I like everything about it. I mean, I probably won't get it right away because like Don said, kind of waiting to see how things pan out. I mean, regardless of what happens in the season finale, there's not much that could shake it whether I'm going to get the figure or not. I will end up getting it just because. Also, I think what I'm going to wait on is see how many actual Mando figures we get from season 3. Because, right, depending on what they release, he may or may not be top tier buying right away for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he may not be one that comes, like, he has to be the first one I get. So it's probably more about, I'm not worried about, like, seeing how the season plays out, but I want to see what figures come from Mando and kind of weigh, which ones they're going to actually release. Are we going to get a Bo-Katan 2.0? Are we going to get another Mando that's like a different, like, I don't know what other version they could be except my diecast that I've been rooting for. But yeah, he's up there, but I'm going to wait and see what figures we get released and then decide when I would pull the trigger on him.
I'm just real quick, though. I keep hearing your guys' thoughts. And then I'm thinking, and again, there are certain characters we haven't seen, but what if this is the back-end way for a certain comic book armor to be introduced for a specific infiltration reason? Not trying to do spoilers or theories. It's just, I think you guys know what I'm saying, but I'm not saying it out loud for those uninitiated.
Well, I think that we just got to see what Disney wants to do, because sometimes we're too smart for Disney.
That'd be true.
So you'd be coming up with theories, and then Disney just does like a 180, and it's not the damn freaking way it should have happened. I'm like, wait a minute. So you went instead of going the two separate roads, you went backwards. You took 2 steps backwards.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the issue we face with Disney. Like they'll be hinting on stuff, and then they decide to go straight out the window with certain things. I'm like, wait a minute, or jump the shark. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. This is a great looking Mandalorian at this point, Gideon look, and he was already hinting in his interviews that he was going to come out with a brand new look, and I'm all for it. And those of you that did, those of you who are or waited to see what season 3 would bring out, especially with Moff Gideon, yo, congratulations! You might get yourself the 2.0 that everyone is just screaming about now, because it's pretty much a Mandalorian. I'm gonna set up a poll right now for Moff Gideon 2.0, do or do not, and then let me see. I have the original one, so you honestly don't want the Mandalorian Gideon, and then or Arena Fed Gideon, and then let me see, which one is this one? I'll wait. So the panel pretty much like two of the 4 decided that, hey, they're gonna wait till after episode 8 to figure out what happened. So I'm gonna leave a wait till finale before making a decision, and we'll pretty much go with that. So ask the community. All right. So next one on the list. Let me see. Which was the next one I wanted to talk about? You know what? Is IG-12.
Yes.
That,
Yes.
the
Yes.
mech coming into play. All right. So I just want to say, though, I think this is like the best thing to ever happen for me when it comes to just wanting to buy more droids and then throwing Grogu. Cause I love Grogu. I love this new mech look that he got going. Like he's on a freaking Gundam at this point. So now people are saying that if Hottoys does drop this, are we gonna get the sound box or the voice box of yes, no, yes, no, yes, no? I doubt that because they haven't done the sound thing in a while. But we are gonna get the light up. What's
R2.
That? But yeah, it's been a while though. That was R2 though. It's been unless the R2D2 from Attack of the Clones does have sound.
Didn't the original diecast RoboCop also have it? Because it actually came with the remote.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
again, then again, like I said, it's been a while.
True, but it also would be very easy though, because at that point you would only need 2 sounds, yes and no, unless they're going to throw in additional, voice clips. But I mean, there's really no need to. And just one thing, I think John and Dave, they've been watching Denobi, so that's why they specifically said, think of it as a vehicle, so therefore it counts as a vehicle.
So let me see. I think I have another photo here just to show this. There you go. I like this one. All right. So I'll probably be picking it up just for this display. Just have him walking around with Grogu on display, and then whatever happens in the finale, if they drop this, because more than likely, this is an easy redo or easy reissue for them. Not every issue, but a 2.0 at this point.
Or a remote.
Or remote, right? It'll be easy
to
put out. Let me finish, Phil.
Okay.
It'll be an easy W for them to drop this. I know people just love droids at this point, right? Like get a chance to purchase the droid again.
Mm-hmm.
But then and then here's another thing too. As long as it gives Hottoys an excuse to throw Grogu at it, they will make it. From what I've seen so far with Hottoys and Grogu, if there's an excuse to throw in Grogu, they will do that. And this is the perfect excuse right here to throw in IG-12. And I love the moment. I love it. I know they just did it just to sell toys at this point. Unless they're going to do something with IG-12 and Grogu being, in the close controls in the mech for the finale. We'll see what happens. But I loved it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was hilarious. Him just going around saying yes, no, yes, no, yes, and then Daddy Lorian's like, I'm not enjoying this at all. But I already had the original IG-11 with him on the suit bike, not suit bike, but the white Scout Trooper bike from Mandalorian. So I don't mind picking this up again. But I'll see how things progress with this piece, if it does stay for pre-order or it doesn't last. If it does last till in stock, then I'll play around and see what I can get for discounts. But if this does get, the way things are with Sideshow now, they're not really trying to buy as much batches anymore because they're trying to stay as limited as possible these days. Because we're like just this week we saw Casca Reeves hit the almost sold out. Now she's back. But I'm thinking that it's getting closer to her being sold out because we do see those over time. So for this one, it may not be a day one pre-order for me, but it's gonna be more like a blue screen situation, and then I'll make the purchase. I do want this in my collection. Just have Grogu walking around with this pack. But let's move on to Don Prime. What is your thoughts? Will you be picking this up?
I kind of want to because I love the fact it's like a Gundam, or it's like a mech suit, basically Exo Squad, anything that you can think of. And like you're saying, it should be a relatively easy remold because again, if you already have IG-11, his center port where the detonation thermal detonator, self-destroy protocol, that actually removes from the hot toy. So there's already a hollow space in the base mold.
That's true. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. And it doesn't it have like a pulsing effect? I can't remember. I know it lights up.
Yeah, that has the pulsating effect to show like it's kind of like detonating, but because at that point what they need to do is they basically need to like build, because it looks like it's a metal, like the baby front, I don't know what it's called, the like the reverse backpack, like the baby carrier. That's what it looks like here, because it almost looks like you can see the straps going over the shoulder.
Yeah. 8-Bit Flea has brought up Hottoys might be waiting for the last episode to release stuff. I do agree on that because a lot of stuff so far that have been shown in episode 7 and pretty much the finale, it's pretty much a lot of like spoiler territory, and that's why they haven't released anything yet. And they're probably under embargo, like, hey, don't release anything, don't tease anything. We're gonna wait till the finale. But if that's the thing though, if we wait till the finale, damn, the last week of April is going to hit us hard. I mean, hit us hard. And that's not even May 4th. So, damn, it's going to be one hell of a ride. Will you be getting this, though, Don Prime? Because you have the original one, right?
Yeah, again, it's one of those other... I got to wait and see. Got to see if, he somehow gets an upgrade to that, like they actually code it in Beskar, or, he gets shot in the head and it's one and done next episode,
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. So another finale situation for this one.
Exactly.
Okay. I know people in the chat are not loving this this new look at all. So I'm like, we won't do a vote on this one. But I get that people are not happy with this.
What the thing is, though, if they did this, I could potentially see this coming not only with obviously IG-12 and Grogu, but one of the Anzellans as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let me see. I have a photo of here. Where's my
bad baby? No squeezy. Out of here.
Baby.
I'm out of here.
Trying to find it.
Yeah, and I don't know if anyone heard. He actually dropped the "I'm out of here" and mother.
Yep, he said the yes. He said the mother effer. Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Yep.
Must have been Samuel Jackson.
I wonder if they'll fix it. I thought I had the photo. Maybe it didn't get saved right. Yeah, sometimes it will come out saved and they're like, nope. But yeah, the one of them furry little guys was inside this, so you might get a 3-pack at that point. Get a Grogu, IG-12, and Babu Freak cousin there. So yeah, I don't mind getting a Babu Freak looking dude with IG-12 and a Grogu with the set. So they have done it before where they have done 3-packs with droids, so it's quite possible. So CMB, your thoughts? Do you like this? Did you like the scene? Do you think you'll be picking this up in the future because of the
Nah, it's easy pass for me.
Easy pass. Did you have did you plan getting the original IG-11 or do you
I have the original IG-11. So
Oh, there he is.
I just felt that it was like you could tell that it's definitely geared towards selling toys for the whole aspect of it, but I just thought it was unnecessary. He has the pram, and like the pram moves a lot faster, and it goes up and down and all of that. So why did he need a mech that makes it cumbersome? He's slower, and he can't move as fast with it. And no, for me, it's the easy pass. Like I don't care for it. It's not one of those things I need in my display. It's just Grogu inside of the IG-11. But I mean, if you have the original IG-11 with the nanny sack, it's and you put it in the front, it pretty much looks the same. So me, it's a pass. I get to save money if it does come out. I mean, if it does make it into stock and it goes into like heavy discounts, then I might think about getting it. But it's definitely not one of those things where I'm like, I need this in my collection.
Yeah, it was geared to sell toys at the end of the day. So, and also gave Grogu sort of like a voice in this situation. We now it's been confirmed now, on live action that Grogu does understand. But the thing is, in season 2 in Ahsoka did say that season 2 of Mandalorian, Ahsoka did say that Grogu does speak or he does understand. So we already knew that he already understood in jargon in the world around him. But then now people have a voice for the little guy. So that ain't too bad. But potentially can shoot a gun. That could possibly happen. Mr. Mark Collector, how do you feel about this piece? Do you like it? Do you think you'll be picking it up?
Hard pass. Hard
pass. All right.
Yeah,
You're pretty much saving money at this point.
Well, I just look at it as a cash grab. I mean, it's just another way to try to repackage just like how I keep saying, how are they going to give us another Mando? How are they going to give us another version of Grogu? Because I know we all love to have 100 of these things. We'll stick them inside IG-11. And so, I mean, if you're going to go after this, I don't even have IG-11, and I'd rather get the original than this. Kind of like CMB said, the Prime that he had was like, it's faster to move around, but as a character, he was also growing with the Force and showing off his abilities. And so I was kind of hoping to see that progress more. And then you stuck him in a clumsy machine, and like, yeah, okay, he could shoot a blaster, but he knows how to use the Force right now. Like, he's pushing stuff around. Like, his powers are developing. And so I just feel like this is like a step backwards versus seeing him grow. I mean, I see this being something that can get shot in the head, and Grogu has to come out of it and then use the Force. Like, he's in a situation where this thing gets destroyed. He has to get himself out of it, and then, like I said, he unleashes powers. And at that point, then, it was used for a total of an episode between 2 half episodes, really. So I don't see the point in it. For me personally, if anyone wants to pick it up, if they do it, I just think that there's probably going to be slim pickings of figures from this season, just because a lot of it's repeat stuff. There's not much like new things that are like announced, and so like this is something I definitely see them making. So, but I'm not interested in this at all.
Yeah, if they release this, like the only reason why people pick this up is because they're throwing Bubble Freak in there, and they're like, crap, now I gotta get Bubble Freak because it's with IG-12 now. And the people that do like Bubble Freak, they want to get a once-a-scale version of Bubble Freak. The only way to get it is through IG-12.
Like, he started getting like they started giving him armor, gave him like a Beskar plate to put over his chest to protect him. So I'm thinking like, oh, okay, he's gonna get armored up. You know what I mean? He's gonna get suited up maybe a little bit, and then he's in IG-11 walking around the office, the what's his name's office, knocking stuff over and everything. I'm like, all right, kind of went backwards on this one.
Yeah.
Not to mention,
at this point, though, do you really
protected? He's like, there's no shield or anything to protect him. At least in the pram, he can close it and stay protected. With the mech, he's out in the open. Like, he can just get blasted in the face and be like, oh, show's over. Grogu's dead.
Like, I could see it getting hit in the head and falling over, and him having to like unleash Force powers to like get himself out of a situation.
Yeah, I mean, and here's another thing too, though. Like, do you really trust the armorer at this point? I mean, especially, it's one thing when Din brings the spear to her and basically says, okay, make the chain link for Grogu. And then all of a sudden she's like, oh, with these scraps, we make you this, chest panel. It's like, why is she making stuff for him all of a sudden I'm just saying.
she made that for him because he won the trial against Paz Vizsla's kid.
Well, another thing too, she sees the next generation to be led by Grogu. She sees potential in that. That's why she favors Grogu. But here's another thing too with that. I know there was people saying that there is Kajidai brought it up on stream, and then a lot of YouTube channels have brought this up that the armor is the spy or the turncoat. And I'm here like, then why did she help Grogu in creating that armor for him if she's looking to kill him off with Moff Gideon? So I'm like,
it's a repopulation of Mandalore. Basically, it's like a purge. They're only looking for like pure bloodlines,
but
or
Grogu
those
is
that
in danger though. Grogu's in danger. He's gonna get wrecked.
Yep. Yeah, because
So
if
why
she was
did-
a spy, when he left Grogu alone with her, that would have been her opportunity to turn Grogu over.
Yeah.
And why would she have volunteered to take all the survivors back to the ship if she's a spy?
Now
She would've been
Skinny
like,
Pete,
"Leave him,
I could
leave
see
him, let him
Skinny
die."
Pete. I could see Skinny Pete being the spy. Skinny Pete from Breaking Bad. You be the spy. Oh shoot.
Hey yo, that's messed up.
Bruh. hey, Jin. Hey, man, I love you, man. Okay. So let's move on. I know we're not gonna do a poll for IG-12 because I know people aren't too excited for this piece anyway. So I ain't gonna do a poll for that. I could see people picking this up just because of Babu Freak being involved in the pack. So 42 votes in Moff Gideon 2.0. 50% say do. 24% say do not. 2% say I have the OG. So if you're pretty much, you just want the OG. And then 24% say I'll wait till the finale and see how things progress. So people are, there's 25% that feel that they want to wait. And then 50% of the votes are like, yeah, it's absolute do. So, all right. I'm going to end the poll there. All right. So let me go over. She can be taking them to the ship so they can take over 8-bit fleet. Maybe. We'll see what happens.
That's true.
There's
There's a lot of what ifs right now. A lot of what ifs.
A lot of
but
what
that is
ifs.
true. She could have also been playing them to make them think, oh, I'm a good guy, and then go to the ship and then contact Moff to be like, hey, they're all down there. So who knows? We'll find out next week.
All right. So this is another droid that I would like to see come to play finally, because we've seen this droid several times in different shows, and yet has not been put out. Can we get a freaking probe droid Hottoys? Please, for the love of God. It's right here. It's right here, Hottoys. Please. It's not in the foreground. It's not misshaped like it is in Kenobi. This is a proper size probe droid. Please, for the love of God, give us a probe droid with light up features, USB power galore. I don't care. Just give it to me. Just give me the freaking probe droid. I will buy multiple of these just because of the damn probe droid. Can we get a probe droid? And it's right here. It's right here, Hottoys. Just do it. Just do it.
I mean, and that's
all for that.
That's all I gotta say
like,
from time.
Yep. And like you're saying, though, before you go on, that is original, right down to the arm specs of Empire Strikes Back, the Imperial Viper droid. The surveillance droid, not the one we've seen in Kenobi, not the ones we've seen in Solo. This is the pure Viper probe droid from Empire Strikes Back. You know, Sideshow did it, and those things go for an insane amount of money if you can find one. Now, the only potential upgrade I could say is if you actually put circuitry in it where you can move the head. Because at one point, you could actually get a privately made kit that had like an Arduino and drivers and the servos for you to actually rotate the head in the Sideshow one. So, I mean, Sideshow was good, but Hottoys would be so much better. And then you get like the hologram.
The legs always fell off. The arms always fall off.
Now, you know how we always talking about the holograms? What if we actually get like a hologram of Moff Gideon that's actually like in scale to the 1/6 scale figure? Like a quarter, like, you know, a quarter of the figure size, but as a hologram from the probe droid, something like that.
That would be cool. Kind of like what they did with that bullet screen for
Neo.
Matrix Neo,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Can they do something like that? They could do something
Because
like that.
you could put it like the hologram, like a translucent version of his face. Like you could literally take the Moff Gideon sculpt from the OG one and press it into the clear plastic,
Yeah.
so that way it molds to his face, and then there you go. Now you got the holographic projection of what looks like him talking through the probe droid.
For me, I would buy at least 2 of these. Well, 3 if I want to pull off the.
Are you kidding?
End
You
of
buy like
Mandalorian.
5.
Dude, you'll buy like
You
7
like
of these
5.
things.
You're gonna buy 5 of them. You
Nah, I'll
lying.
just buy 2.
2.
I'll just buy 2.
Yeah.
I'll just buy 2.
Yeah,
I'll just
okay.
buy 2.
Okay.
I'll just
yeah,
buy 2 because I did only because the thing is I know this is not gonna last for pre-orders, so I'll see what else they're dropping. I might do 3, but because the
numbers
reason why
growing.
the
numbers growing.
No. The reason why I'll buy 3 is because of the moment in Book of Boba Fett where the KX Forces droids were with the Pro droids. There were like 3 Pro droids behind them.
But I don't. Those weren't these ones. Those weren't the.
Don, we all know that. But I'm just saying. I just want to create that. It doesn't have to be accurate. I just want to create. That
because I was actually going to segue. What if we potentially see more backstory in season 8, where we actually see more of Night of the Thousand Tears? So again, we see more of the KX droids. We see those versions of the Imperial. That's what I'm getting to. Is that this potentially might not be the only probe droid we see. That's what I'm getting to.
Flashback. The last episode's 39 minutes. That's it.
There's no
crap.
flashbacks after this. Yeah, 39 minutes. There's no way you're gonna throw a flashback for 39 minutes. You out of your damn mind. There's no way. Yeah, it's already been confirmed as 39 minutes. Now here's the thing. Originally, episode 7 was the last episode, but they cut the last 39 minutes into a freaking episode 8. So supposedly it was part of episode 7. Episode 7 was going to be the last episode, but they turned it into 8 episodes. But either way, I would buy 2 of these. I would try and hunt down for 3, but right now 2 is the safe. 2 is the safe number for me. I'll be able to pull off.
Hey, let's take a poll. Who in the chat believes Nate? Who believes Nate when he says only 3?
Hey. Remember I said I wanted 3 KX Force droids, but because it sold out so quickly within the pre-orders, I only managed to only get 2. I wanted to get 3 for the pose, but I couldn't get the 3rd one. So it just depends on how long this lasts for pre-order and if I'm able to pull off 3. I only could get 2 of the KX Force droids.
But here's if you guys believe that, I got a bridge to sell you.
The Brooklyn Bridge.
Literally, KX Forces droid. I only got 2 pre-orders.
Well, the thing is, if they do this Imperial droid, you gotta remember, not only are people who are watching this for the Mando gonna get this, like people like me. Empire Strikes Back is my favorite movie.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this more for Empire Strikes Back style display, especially potentially next to my Snow Trooper and Hoth Leia, more than I am from.
That's what I was gonna do. Yep. Don,
more than a
I was
Mandalorian.
thinking the same thing. I was like, I grabbed this one and throw it with my ESB display and put it with Snowspeeder and Luke.
Well, that's another thing too. That's the reason why I want to buy 2 of these at least. So
now numbers dropping. Numbers dropping.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean 2?
No, look, it is 5. He wants 3 to go with his enforcers and 2 to go with ESB. That's 5. There's no
way I could get 5 of these unless this lasts. But I don't think this is lasting. But right now, I would like to get 3, but 2 is like realistically to how much I got for the KX Enforcer droids. If this lasts between like the KX Enforcer droids, because I'd see this doing that. But let's move on. Let me see. Don Primary said his stuff. CMB, would you pick this up? Well, you just said it. You wanted to get it for Empire Strikes Back.
All day, every day. Yep. All day, every day. Been wanting a Pro Droid forever. A Hottoys version, not a Sideshow one where the arms just fall off and you barely move it. Basically, this is like the predecessor to Grievous. Don't even look at it. Don't even breathe near it. It'll just fall apart.
So that Pro Droid was that bad from Sideshow?
Yeah. I saw it in a local shop, and I went to go, and I was just like looking at it, and I was like, hey, I was like, can I take a look at that? And as soon as the guy opened, like he pushed the key into the display window, the arms fell off. And I was like, you know what? I don't want it. I'm good. I was like, that thing is that flimsy. Like all he did was stick the key into the glass to open the door, and literally as soon as he stuck the key in, the arms fell off the figure, and I was like, I guess everybody was right. It is pretty fragile. No, I'm good.
So with the Hot Toys Pro Droid, they will probably do what? Have
Well,
stronger joints, like die-cast joints to it?
Yeah, well, they probably have it to where it either maybe I would say either magnets would be smart to where it clips in, or even just stronger joints to click it to assemble it in. Because I think the Hot Toy or the Sideshow one, it like I never inspected it, but from when I saw it falling off, it's almost like it was like on a hinge hanger system. Like you just kind of hang, like there's probably a lip, and then the arm has an extended lip, and it just hangs on the lip.
It's like friction. It's mainly friction. I used to have it until it disintegrated on me.
Yeah, that's what I'm going at. It's like a friction hold, but instead I think Hot Toys would do an actual like click-in system, so that way you wouldn't have to fear that if you move the arms or bump into your display that the arms are going to come falling off.
Yeah, another problem was like the actual piston system. Like on the arms, you can actually see like the piston, and it's supposed to, as you move it, the joint is actually supposed to move up and down like C-3PO's arm. Those, like the metal pieces would pop out of the actual sleeves in the piston. And like it would constantly fixing it. But good point on Sideshow's version is they actually had different, like if I remember correctly, different options with the light eye. Like you can have the red, but then you also had like a scanning version, and it did actually come with a soundboard as well.
So another thing too with this one, how much would be the price on this? Because the Kegs and Force Droid is $285, right?
$389 to $410.
I'd say like $305. But it all depends, because let's say they do USB for the probe droid, for the lights, for the eyes, and like John said, the scanning thing, and like let's say they have a different button set up so that way it projects up, because the hologram is blue where the scanning is white, and then you have the typical red eye, so that's 3 different light systems. I would say anywhere from 300 to 325, because they'd probably do a USB setup for it.
But then if you include diecast though, because I'm saying
okay, if they do diecast, then we're probably going to go into C-3PO range, like 385, like Don is saying.
Yeah, damn, that's 385.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I mean, if they did diecast, that would intrigue more collectors to wanting to pick it up, because then they're like, "Ooh, another droid in diecast, awesome."
Well, the thing is, they might have to though to solve Sideshow's problems with the dangly arms and.
Yeah, you're right. Yep, you're right.
You never know. They might throw the 285, which will boost army builders right there with 285.
They could, because I mean, look, Attack of the Clones C-3PO was what 385, but Revenge of the Jedi or Return of the Jedi is 320, and they're both diecast. So they might throw us a bone.
Attack of the Clones with 330, and then
330. I thought it was
Return of the Jedi was 324.
Okay, well, still, what I'm saying is, so then we might get lucky, like my estimate, and be around the 325 range.
Because this is going to be a massive piece compared to her right now. It is a massive piece, so it should be pushing 300 at this point.
I mean, if you've had the Sideshow Han and Carbonite, that's picture. Now imagine how big of a piece that is and how much space that takes up. Now at about probably 20%, because again, this guy came on a pretty tall display stand, and when his arms are fully extended, this boy is bigger overall space-wise than the Han and Carbonite, and that includes is the bottom base that you put Boba on.
That'd be about Carnage height. Yeah, the probe droid would probably be about Carnage height then.
Yeah, Mr. Mount Collectibles, your thoughts on this piece and how many would you be getting?
Oh, 100%. I've been waiting for this for quite some time to actually get this piece, so I really hope they actually deliver and get it. To be honest with you, I would only get one, and I would use it for like an Empire display. I don't want to sound like, too naive or a rookie, but I'm assuming this isn't the exact same one that was used in Empire. It's a different version of it or some sort, I'm assuming, right? Because of just the way I'm not that familiar with the probe droid in the sense, so like I don't know how different this is compared to the one that was in Empire, but I would definitely get it and stick it in my Empire
Well,
collection.
this is pretty much the same one, but it's
Yeah.
pretty
Is it?
updated.
Yeah, I just didn't know if
so,
there was.
yeah.
Yeah, I knew there was updates to it, but I mean, I'll be perfectly honest and say I don't know how much of a drastic change. Like I didn't do a comparison to say like, oh, this looks different or that. But it's good enough for me to throw in the Empire display, and it'd be awesome if it was like USB plug-in, lit up. It'd be it'd be awesome as anything for me. But yeah, I've been dying for. I'm not a huge droid person, like besides like the R2, C3PO on them, but I've been wanting this for quite some time. Quite some time I want this. So this is like
this
day
will be a
one.
one. This will be a one for you.
Yeah, I can't see like when I think of certain things, like when I think of the probe droid, even though it can be used in a variety of ways, for me, I think of it in Empire. That's where I think of it personally. If I had to really think about it, but like I said, you could use this in a variety of displays. Just for me, Empire is where I have always kind of when I thought of the probe droid, I thought of it from there. So I would only get one and stick it in the Empire collection. It'd have to be like on bargain bin to get another one, but this thing I can see not lasting at all. Like he would be grabbing this thing up immediately.
Yeah.
What up?
This is one of those figures people have been screaming.
Like if
for
you want
from Hot
to,
Toys.
if you want to, you'd have to like probably pre-order. Like you'd day one pre-order one and then maybe let one go until it went blue screen. But I don't think these would last to go in stock. Just because people want these for a variety of reasons.
That's true. But all right, let me look at the votes here real quick. 36 votes in. Mandalorian probe droid do at 73% and do not at 27%. All right, and let's end the poll there. All right, let me look at what's next to discuss here because the probe droid was a good one. I'm like, damn, people want a probe droid. Been waiting for a probe droid. Okay. Let's go in. Army building squad, gang. We all want some Imperial Stormtrooper Commandos up in here with Beskar updated armor.
Super Commandos.
Baby.
Super Commandos.
Yeah, those are Super Commandos.
Well, they're Super Commandos, but I don't call them Super Commandos, even though they are Super Commandos in aesthetics. The real Super Commandos are the ex-Mandalorians in Rebels.
There are real Super Commandos in that. If you look hard enough, there are real Super Commandos in that group.
But yeah, the thing is, most of these guys are just regular stormtroopers in Beskar.
Yeah, they're just Moff Gideon's.
Yeah, they're not ex-Mandos. They're not ex-Mandos. They died out.
The ones with the red gauntlets.
The one with the red gauntlets.
There's a couple of red gauntlets. Those are the Super Commandos. Those are the ones that basically are part of the Gar Saxon's group.
Yeah,
that
but
stayed loyal.
They'll just explain it that those are like squad leader rank, like squad leader type of deal.
Because most of the Gar Saxon guys died out in Rebels, so I don't see these guys. Because thing is, unfortunately, if these were really Mandalorians, they would have put up a better fight than what they did because they got wrecked. They're just stormtroopers with Beskar armor, so there's no way these guys are ex-Mandalorians because they would have put up a better fight. Because hell, even freaking Heavy took out the swarm of them, the horde, bro. If these were ex-Mandos, it would not have been the same way.
No. And I agree with you.
Because you look at it, look at ex-Woves when he fought Heavy. That was still a good fight between both of them because they're both trained as Mandos on how to fight. So if Heavy would have been going against ex-Mandos that are now serving Moff Gideon, that would have been a hell of a fight for him. Because, he was taking on, 6 at a time in hand-to-hand combat.
Yep.
Well,
there's no. Those were more squad. I agree with CMB. Those were more like, higher ranking of the squads of Imperial Super Commandos. But these are Super Commandos with Beskar. But we all know the ex Mandalorian Super Commandos are pretty much from Rebels. These guys are just stormtroopers with heavy Beskar armor.
Yep.
For me, I will definitely pick up 4 or 5 of these damn dudes. Dude, I want to go heavy on these, man.
Listen, that's the poll that we need.
Dude, I want to create a
That's why he
swarm.
can't pick up 5 probe droids, because he's going to be getting 5 Super Commandos.
Dude, I love these guys, man. Even though they're just stormtroopers in Beskar armor, I love these guys, man. It was so freaking fresh. The freaking drip. I got to give it to Gideon. The guy knows style. The man has freaking style. Everybody in his freaking team, in his organization, has to have style. Like, he makes sure you got style. If you're part of my squad, it's all style. But also we got quality, but we also got style. We gotta look fresh. I
He's
love
the unit
first look.
everybody's dying to be a part of.
Yep.
I mean, you gotta love the helmet though, because I'm not getting like when I look at this. I know some people are saying, "Oh, this is the transition to the First Order," but what I actually see is I'm seeing elements of like the TK Trooper from Bad Batch mixed with Phase 2 clone helmet armor.
Also,
I got
Boba Fett original prototype.
You know what I thought
helmet.
when I first saw it? It reminded me like they took the patrol trooper from Solo and gave it a Mando vibe. Because as soon as soon as I saw the new armor, I was like, dude, that looks like the patrol trooper, but with a Mando vibe to the faceplate.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got that first vibe too. I'm like, wait, are those upgraded patrol troopers? And then it took me a minute to like, wait, no, that's if you've seen Rebels, you know what those are. So
Gideon was like Oprah handing out Beskar to his troops. Yep, that's pretty much what happened. Like, everybody in their blood is Stormtrooper-wise. Like, you get Beskar, you get Beskar, you get Beskar. Everyone gets Beskar. And
he was only rewarding loyalty. It pays to be loyal.
Yeah.
Now,
so let me finish up real quick.
Yep.
So another look, when I first saw these, they reminded me so much of the prototype Boba Fett, his first helmet. I love
it. Did,
that.
yep.
Yeah, it reminded me so much of that, and I love that fact. That
I saw it on Facebook. A lot of people doing the side-by-side comparisons of Ralph McQuarrie's actual concept art, and then what we saw in the show. And it looks more actually like his concept art, not the actual prototype he developed for the movie, but his actual art, like I said, concept art before they actually made the armor.
Yep, the Super Commandos.
Now, there's a name that's being thrown out there, too. Let me see. Someone said it here. The actual name of these guys. Let me see. Someone put it out. Okay. Victor says, not sure if this has been mentioned, but the name going around for these are Imperial Armored Commandos. Yeah, so if that's the name that they're going with, that seems about right, because the original Super Commandos were ex-Mandalorians, and these aren't ex-Mandalorians. If they were, like me and CB were saying, they would have put up a better fight than they did. They did a good fight, but they're going up against Mandalorians. Yeah.
Well, they would have known how to anticipate Heavy Mando when he was coming in at them.
Yeah.
Like how Woves when Heavy was charging him, he knew what to anticipate. So like if they were ex-Mandos, they would have seen right through his tactics and fought him off more.
I'm just saying, I'll just put it out there. The ones that took Din down, they actually had some, I'd say, some skill with the lasso.
Well, to be fair,
they got him.
Yeah. To be fair, he was caught off by his squad, so he was by himself at that very moment. And every time he tried to bring them down, another one took his place like a freaking Hydra. So
Din has no excuses. Heavy was taking 2 to 3 at a time by himself and never got lassoed.
Well, to be fair, Heavy has a freaking
damn minigun
for days. A damn minigun for days. For me,
I'm talking about the hand-to-hand thing, man. He was picking them up and throwing them.
Oh yeah, no, and he was literally like wiping the floor with them before he threw him off the platform.
But usually Heavy throws around freaking Din like no tomorrow, though.
That's true. Yeah, that first fight.
Yeah, in the first fight, Din, like, he has to be careful with that weight he got, because that weight will push him around like no tomorrow. For me, it's between 5 or 6. I'm probably gonna go as heavy as I
5
did
or
with
6.
The 501st.
It went from
it went from 4 to 5 to 5 to 6.
Remember the 501st? Like I went heavy like 5 or 6.
Let's just round it off to an even 12. Nate's
gonna
get 12.
Baker's dozen.
They just call it an even 12.
Well, I mean, because here's the thing.
Contact Sideshow. Say, hey, if I buy 12, can I get one for free?
Yeah, one for free. So hey, Don, will you be getting these, and how many would you get?
Of course I'll be getting these. I just don't know how many, because there's a couple of different options. I could actually see them potentially doing a 2-pack, like the old school Luke and Han, like that 2-pack. Well, not like the original Stormtroopers, how you had the tall one and you had the short one, because they actually did a really good job with the different actors. There are so many different body types. You got a short one, you got a tall one, you got a dude who looks like he's an iron marshmallow. I mean, yeah, you stand them all together, they all look like actual different soldiers wearing the same armor, but you could, like that, it looks like, it just looks real. You know, the same armor looks different on different people, and that's the vibe I'm getting. So
Another thing I wanted to ask you too. I know because they've been very weird with the 2-packs. They've only done it for characters that are like, they would like try a different look with them, like Boba Fett 2-pack, or do like specialty pieces like your Nightmare Batman with your Superman Black Suit Edition. So you feel that this would capitalize on a 2-pack?
potentially, again, just because they've done it before with the Stormtroopers. Again, and specifically from A New Hope, where it's supposed to be Han and Luke, when you have such the height differentiate and the body difference, that's why they did it for the 2-pack and they could get away with it. And I think for these commandos, or whatever they're going to call them now, that potentially would work too, because again, then you also have the different variations of the colors. If you want to say they're squad leaders or different commanders, we could get those as well. So I mean, you potentially could look at 5 or 6 different variations of this figure.
Don't forget they have that Jedi Patrol 2-pack.
That's
yes.
True. Yeah. So how many would you get, Don Prime? 2 or 1?
I'm definitely thinking of getting 2 right off the bat. And now the thing is, I definitely could see these chest LEDs being lit up more so than Gideon's, because this is just going to look like a solid single state LED. Whereas the one on Gideon is just like Boba's. It actually has the rolling digital scrolling text. Now, granted, like Sideshow, when they did the Han and Carbonite, they actually have some of that text to simulate, all the markings on, the Carbonite. The only problem is with the Gideon, can they get it that small to make it look decent? Whereas this, it's just, one light with some refractors and a piece of plastic.
Okay. CMB, your thoughts on the Imperial Armored Commandos, and how many would you get?
I'm digging it. Like I said, I was digging the whole Imperial mixed with the Mando vibe for what we saw in these episodes. So I'll definitely be picking up. I want to get a minimum of 2. If I can swing a third one later on, I will. But for right now, I want to get at least 2. But I will try to swing for 3. Or if they do release like the squad leader variant with the red stripe, like Don was talking about, get 1 squad leader and then 2 normal grunts to go with him.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to throw the accessories in, kind of like they did with the Commando Stormtrooper, where you can remove the pauldron and then you have a regular Stormtrooper at that point.
So if that's the case, then I'll pick up 3, which would be 1 squad leader and 2 underlings.
So, Mr. Mount Collectibles, how did you feel about these Imperial Armored Commandos, and did you like it enough to actually delve into getting 1 or 2 of these?
Yeah, these are dangerous because I'm liking. They are. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Especially, I was just talking to Connor today from a Hottoys hotline, and like I told you, I was outside doing some photography with troopers. And I broke down. I was like, dude, like I didn't think I'd like to. I love troopers, man. I love scout troopers, stormtroopers. I just love army building some stuff for different reasons, collecting, photography, posing. These are dangerous. This is almost like minimum 2 is like the order. Like that has to be at least a minimum 2, just to have a little pack together. Maybe 3, but initially probably 2. The reason why I say 2 is because I'm interested to see something else that you'll probably bring up on your list that was a little after at the very end of this episode that might have something that might be more interesting to me. So that's why with these guys 2, and then I'm sure you're going to bring up something else that I might have to get 2 or 3 of in terms of other Imperials. So but these are awesome though. I like what's going on here. I really like it a lot. I love it. Little red light lit up too. Not counting on it, but yeah, I like everything I see here. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, Hottoys Sniper cooking up what I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
I want to see if they announce the white and red gauntlet. I would get 4 to 6. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there, man.
Yeah, he would too.
He'll probably double those numbers.
Yeah, he's gonna get 12.
He'll send a picture and there's just 12 boxes stacked up on top of each other.
These are dangerous, man. I knew they're gonna throw some army build action with Mando season 3. Because I was like, come on, there has to be some army build action. They did that for season 2. They did that for season 1. There had to be some army build here. And yeah, they did it with the Stormtrooper Commando. So I've seen people buy 4 to 6 of those. And then here, this is going to be another situation where people will probably buy 4 to 6. But all right, so let's move on to our next Mando. I just put up the votings for the Super Commandos, or Imperial Armor Commandos, and I'm gonna leave that up for just a minute. Okay, so I know people have been asking for this piece. I've been seeing this been asked all over the net, all over Facebook. And let me see, did I save it? Yeah. Are we gonna get a 2.0 Axe Woves just because of the head sculpt and a Heineken
Mug. Yes.
Are we gonna get a 2.0 Axe Woves? Because everybody and their mother on Facebook, justice for Axe Woves, give us a head sculpt.
I mean, I'll just say this: it's funny. Of all the Mandalorian figures that Sideshow has that are on sale, Axe Woves, they put no promo restrictions on him. You can't use coupons or any codes for Axe Wolves right now. And I just think that's very telling. You figure that they'd be wanting to get rid of all the Axe Wolves stock they have, considering, Koska Reeves is coming. I don't think we're going to get a 2.0 of this guy. I honestly don't.
Never say never. We did
Yeah.
we got Heavy Mando 2.0, and it's just a damn shield.
Yeah, but this would for a head sculpt. I'm saying the head sculpt portion.
Hey, the Heineken mug. Let's not forget the Heineken mug. The Heineken mug. Let's go. To be real though, I would pick up this one and pick up the original one. So I had no problems picking up another Axe Woves just for the head sculpt.
See, he's not a double up figure for me. I would just get one.
So it depends.
Well.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because you know what I'll do though? That Axe Woves from season 2, I'll just have him part of it, be like another Mandalorian in my group of Death Watch Mandos, right? And then this one will be the one with the head sculpt.
It'd be cool if Hottoys just released the head sculpt as an accessory and said, "Here you go."
That would be cool.
If you just did I know the outfit probably changed to details. I know someone just said the belt and something like to details that the average person probably wouldn't care about. The overall look of it's still the same, but it would be neat if they turn around and just like did an update, like an actual head sculpt, and just released the head sculpt by itself for those who would want to literally just buy the head sculpt. But they know they can make another figure, call it a 2.0, and people will buy it, such as Nate. and Army build it. But it'd be cool if they did stuff like that where they just, because we all know we just want the head sculpt. That's it.
Hot Toy Sniper says the actor who played Axe Woves did go to Hot Toys. Hot Toys posted a picture of him when he was there with the figure.
Yep, I remember that when he posed with the original figure.
Yeah.
And there was rumors saying that he went to Hot Toys to get his head scanned, but there was never a head sculpt. So maybe he went because they knew that season 3 they were possibly going to make a figure, because remember they do these figures a couple years out, so they would have been notified about what was going on with season 3 before we all knew what was going on. So he might have actually gone there to get his head scanned for a season 3 figure, and then that's what we're going to get.
Well, at the end of the day, I don't think people will be as pissed about this like what happened with Heavy Mando, because with this one here, it depends on if this is your favorite Mando at this point. This time comes with a head sculpt. I know people have been asking for the head sculpt, and people actually said no to the original Axe Woves because they didn't come with a head sculpt. So maybe this actually will, bring joy to the community at this point. Because all I see is, where's Axe Woves head sculpt? Like, justice for Axe Woves. I don't know how many people are gonna go for this piece. But hey, if
and then those same people,
and
then those same people are the ones that when the head sculpt set comes out, they critique the hell out of it and bash it and say it doesn't look like them and this is awful. Yeah. I mean, between the three, between Bo-Katan, Axe Wolves, and Koska Reeves, I mean, really, for me, the Koska Reeves head sculpt looks outstanding. Like, that looks out. I can't wait.
Mommy
that was right there. And Bo-Katan, she needs one. I mean, out of the three, and this is dating back to season 2, he was probably the lesser needed one if he had to choose like 2 sculpts out of the 3. But now with his importance in the season, and once again, it goes back to I think my point: what figures are they going to make from season 3 right now? There's not much stuff I don't think they could really make. So I think they're going to milk a few things. Like I would not be shocked if this came out with a sculpt at all by any means.
Actually, you know what I said a couple streams ago, that I feel that this is gonna be the villains season for Hot Toys. All they're gonna drop is villain Hot Toys. Most of it is villain that, villain this, villain there, and then we're gonna have a couple of heroes here and there, but it's gonna be mostly villains. And I'm like, damn, Hot Toys is gonna have one hell of a time with these villains. But that's not too bad. That's not too bad. So let me go down the list because this is gonna be a quick one. Don Prime, would you pick up another X-Wolves, or you already did have one? Did you pick up one just because of the head sculpt?
I'm gonna be honest. If I pick up one, I'd probably go for the OG one because for me, I really don't need the head sculpt with this character. Okay. Like you, I'd probably stick him in the background.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of my original one. I just stick him to the background. If I decide to get another one, I'll just put the original one in the background like another Death Watch Mando. CMB, would you be picking up Axe Woves again if he came with a head sculpt?
No, I'll just stick with the OG because I don't really like helmeted characters. I don't really do the head sculpts. I always just pretty much do the helmets.
Mm-hmm. Got you. And I think Mr. Montclair already said his piece about this piece. So those of you that are excited to possibly seeing an Axe Wolves 2.0 with a proper head sculpt this time, more power to you guys. Didn't think we didn't need a head sculpt in the very beginning. I'm fine with the OG one, and if they do come out with a head sculpt for a 2.0, I'll probably buy him, and just put the other one in the back. So this is my opportunity just to create my Mando army of Death Watch. But all right, let's move on to the next one over here. Let me see. Okay, so this one is interesting, right? Because I'm trying to figure out how would this be played out. I wouldn't mind a couple of holograms of the Shadow Console over here. Come on, I want my hologram of Pelion, okay, and Hux, okay. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't mind an army build to set up of holograms, okay. I'm sorry, I would pick up all these guys if they drop them with a set. I don't know who they drop it with. Maybe Moff Gideon.
I mean, Pelion literally is one of the most perfect casting choices I've ever seen. If you've seen, the art in the early 90s from the Heir to the Empire series, if you played some of the video games and seen the digital descriptions of what Pelion was, this is literally him taken out of art in the books. Again, if you haven't read the books, you don't know a lot about Thrawn. Hell, you didn't even see Rebels because he was name dropped specifically in Rebels as well. He's a blink and miss it character, just like Hux is. So again, General Hux from Force Awakens, the one that gives his speech, the one that's talking about giving Gideon his reinforcements, that is General Hux's dad.
That's his father.
Yep.
And what's funny thing is, they actually got his brother, the actor that plays Hux, to play his father. So I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
So, would you be picking up a set of holograms at this point for the Shadow Collective here?
I could potentially see this being more as like, how Hot Toys once in a while they do like giveaways or they do promotions. I could see them potentially doing like a backdrop or a background.
Ooh, yeah.
With these people. But it's like one of those things you can only get it at like one of the pop-up stores or, regionally limited. To like you buy a figure and they give it to you in their gift bag. I could see them doing something like this, but as far as like actual figurines of the Shadow Collective, there's just too many people here that the average fan has no idea who is. Even if you've been watching The Mandalorian since season 1, if you haven't read the books, and hell, if you didn't even see Rebels, especially the last season of it, you don't know who any of these people are.
So it'll be interesting. Like I wouldn't mind them doing release a backdrop with the Moff Gideon 2.0 and have this set up for him. But the thing is, you could get because he's wearing his original armor here. So if you have the original Moff Gideon, this backdrop goes with that one. So,
yep.
It would be pretty cool.
I mean, and they can do it. They can do it something like the test suit Stark, because that backdrop, especially when you get it at the right angle, there's a hell of a lot of details on that thing, and there's actual like quality printing on it. So if they could do something like that, I could see them looking at a backdrop with this Shadow Council. But again, I don't see any actual real figures or holograms for this. No.
C&B, your thoughts?
Just depends on how much they'd want for it. For me personally, it's like I would get it if it was reasonably priced, but if not, it could just be an easy pass. But if it was like a backdrop, I'd be all for it. Like if it came with, like you said, Moff Gideon, like a backdrop thing. But if they did it as like a solo accessory, for me, it just depends on what they want for the price. So
Yeah.
it would be, it's up in the air for me for that.
Hell, they can even do a backdrop for this. Yeah, they could even do a backdrop for this. For the Super Commandos being in the setup here. They could do that or do this. It'll depend on what Hottoys want to do. But I wouldn't mind this with another figure to come with it. Like Moff Gideon.
We'll go back and like you could almost do that with Maul.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
You could almost do
Well, that is reminiscent of the end of episode 1. Yeah. When they were, him and Qui-Gon.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, you're right. Damn. Yeah. You pretty much fake it with your photography. Just to cut out the Super Commandos and you'd be able to pull this off.
Yep.
Wow.
Most definitely.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Mr. Mon Collectible, anything else you want to say before we move on?
No, it's a pass. Like I said, if it was a backdrop, but if it was a main piece that I have to like pay money for, I'd easily pass and use my funds for something else.
All right. Next up on the list is Mommy Cakes.
Let's go.
2.0 coming
Let's
to play.
go.
Is she? I'm just saying. You know me, guys. I gotta collect all mommies. She's coming home no matter what. If we get a 2.0, especially if she comes with her newest head sculpt, which chef kiss, my guy. I definitely picked this up, but again, how many people would go and buy themselves a 2.0? Let's go down the list. Don Prime, would you pick up a 2.0?
I don't need to. I already have the original, and I already went on Etsy and got the upgraded pauldron. So, like C&B, most times I'm not going to be displaying the head sculpt on a helmeted figure. So, I mean, for me, there's no need to. Again, because for those reasons, I already have the $15 upgrade part, which essentially saves me from having to buy the 2.0.
Okay. How about this one comes with a USB powered lightsaber? For the Darksaber. That's the only time you can get it.
Then I'll just find it on eBay or Toy Anxiety or Monkey Depot But the thing is, though, I don't know if it comes with like a USB Darksaber. Is it going to be, because we've had this discussion before, is it something like where you buy the lightsaber, but then you're also potentially going to have to buy the stand as well? It's like the stand going to be like you plug the USB port of the lightsaber into the stand, but then there's also the other power port, what you run into the USB hub or to the wall on the back of the stand. So is that how like the actual power is? So, I mean, again, at that point, it's almost like, am I going to have to spend $100 for the whole kit? I don't know.
TK592 brought up, like Nobi said, why they going to make 2.0s when the 1.0s are still in stock? I asked Hottoys when they dropped another Mandalorian deluxe set with the head sculpt when they just released the original Mandalorian deluxe from season 1.
Well, and
they've done it before.
Well, not for nothing. Hottoys also isn't worried about how much quantity Sideshow is necessarily buying. So if they happen to overbuy on Bo-Katan, it's not Hottoys' problem, and that's not going to stop Hottoys from releasing a 2.0. They're still going to do it because people are still going to buy it. So what Sideshow buys to stock to sell is not going to be, in my opinion, that's not going to stop Hottoys from producing figures. So there's no way that they're not made. I'd be absolutely shocked if there wasn't a 2.0 of this figure.
Different times. Well, I know we're living different times, but Hottoys, what do they care if stock that's still sitting in other places when they already made their money? People
forget.
No, that's what it is. Like they're making their money.
Sideshow isn't
the only
care. Place selling Hottoys.
Yeah, but either way, even if they don't drop a 2.0, Bo-Katan, I guess the original one is fine. But that'll piss off. That's the one thing I do see happening is going to piss off a lot of people that already bought the original one, and then they drop the deluxe set with the second head sculpt.
What if they do a rooted hair, Bo-Katan?
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Be like, hey, we're not gonna actually punch and glue. I mean, we're not just gonna glue. We're gonna take our time and punch. So if they do something like that, I could definitely see that doing like a Toy Fair exclusive, where instead of it being like, I could see them doing a normal 2.0 with an updated sculpt and updated hair, but then I could also see them doing an exclusive Toy Fair variant, say, like with the Iron Man and Cap, where she actually does have the new rooted actual hairstyle based on a new wig, and her like crown piece actually lights up. I could see that.
But honestly, if they don't drop it and they don't drop a 2.0 and they drop something else that deserves from season 3, then I'm all for it. But then again, I'll be cool buying Bo-Katan again with a different look. This is the head sculpt I'm probably gonna have in for my Bo-Katan, and the other one will just have the actual helmet. But CMB, will you decide you want to wait on getting Bo-Katan and then see what season 3 happens with the newest Bo-Katan if they drop one for Hottoys?
That's actually what I've been doing. Like, I was gonna get Bo-Katan because I still haven't, but then when we started talking, like in the beginning of season 3, that we might get a updated Bo-Katan, that's why I decided, well, I'm gonna wait because she's been sitting in Sideshow for a while. Like, the only way I'll probably jump soon is if she went blue screen, but she hasn't. So I'm waiting to see if we do get a 2.0 Bo-Katan from season 3. So that way, if we do get an updated version, then I'll just buy the updated version and call it a day.
8-Bit Flea brought up, I'm waiting for the one on Sideshow to go into $5 shipping and daily deals. I'm with you on there, man. Especially the idea of just army building. But if they drop a 2.0 over here, like I'll get both of them. I get the original.
I wouldn't put it past Hottoys to do a 2.0, especially with the people on Etsy making the shoulder plate for $15, like how Don picked it up. Like, I could see them saying, well, we need to capitalize on that because they're taking money from us, so we could just release a 2.0 with that new shoulder piece. And then that's their way of doing a quick cash grab. Obviously with the updated head sculpt because she's wearing a better wig that fits more to her character from the animated series. So, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, look at what they did with all the suit-up Iron Mans. They saw Iron Daddy making a killing with all of his suit-up customs. Yeah. So they jumped on it and decided they were going to do some Iron Man suit-ups.
Hey, yo, Stryker brought up a good point. Mommy Bo is coming home. If she has a throne and holograms, hell yeah. A DX version with the throne. Oh my god. Hottoys, throwing DX everywhere.
What if they did an accessory pack like they did the throne with Black Panther, however with the throne, you get the blue butler droid.
Ah, yeah. That'd be nice. Ooh, sprinkling that droid with her.
Yep, the butler droid.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But you'd also have to include the pillow. Her big body pillow.
Yeah.
I wish I was her body pillow. Oh, wait, what?
Daddy chill.
Take a number.
My yard.
Wait.
All of you.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that? Get everybody out of my yard.
I think he's having technical issues.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I hit the back button by accident. I backed out real fast. I jumped out.
He pulled the Nate. He hit the back button.
Yeah. I hate that back button. I feel you.
Like that notorious back button.
Yeah, you gotta hate it. So, all right, Mr. Mock Collectibles, would you decide to get Unlimited 2.0? Really? Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I got the first one on a really good discount. So I paid below retail for it, which I was happy with. And I mean, I just have a hard time. It feels like it's the Bo-Katan story, so I kind of find it hard that they wouldn't update it. And for me, just the sculpt, like even having the first one compared to this, like she definitely the sculpt. If it was an updated sculpt, even with the hair, the cauldron, the saber, also the blue shield, because remember she did use a blue shield.
Oh, Oh, what about a light up shield, bro?
Not that that's a big deal, but she did use the same blue shield
Yep.
like Heavy Mando did. So I know we're stretching for accessories, but nevertheless, I find it hard to believe that they won't give us an updated one. I don't know about the rooted hair situation. I know I'm on a waiting list for that girl that does rooted hair on Facebook on the groups. That's rooting various sculpts. I reached out to her. Yeah, she only lives like an hour and a half away from me, so I'm on a list. So I'll send the first one. So I'm actually in a good position because I can wait and see if they release a second version rooted or not. And if not, I'm sending mine to her to get rooted, the first one to get rooted anyway. So I'm completely fine either way. So like, because I think the straight hair look is so much better personally. And
also Mobby Cakes with rolling eyes. Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, there's enough there. I know we're stretching, but I mean, they've done 2.0s on worse figures like Heavy Mando that had next to no changes except for a shield. So I think between the cauldron, the face sculpt, the hair, the shield, the saber, a different base, it's a little, I think that's enough to do a 2.0. I think there is. Whether people agree with it or not, I think there's enough there to do it. I don't know if there'll be any changes in the final episode to maybe add more to it, but we'll wait and see. Could be the reason why there is no figure yet, because it could be a spoiler.
Hey, there were people out there that said that Heavy Mando wasn't coming back because he only got a shield, and here we are.
Hey, listen, the one thing I will say is that her character arc, I think, has been, whether or not the season's been slow, her character arc, I think, has been very good. That all of a sudden, everybody was buying that figure up on Facebook. Like every other day, there was someone posting a picture of just got my Bo-Katan, just got my Bo-Katan. So what does that tell you? That everyone actually ended up, for the amount of people who are saying there isn't a 2.0, there's so many people that bought that OG that I think they would buy a 2.0 realistically. I think her character arc has been really great. Same thing with Heavy Mando. His character arc came off very, like, it was a very good character arc for both these characters. And every other day I'd refresh Facebook. Oh, someone's posting a picture of Bo-Katan. So they obviously did something right where everyone kind of fell in love with her, that they're buying up the first figure. So I think that 2.0 is, I think that we'll see 100%.
You know what? I just thought of something. So what if for the 2.0 we get the Spider Droid or the Grievous 2.0, the Giga Grievous?
The Giga Grievous.
I'm being dead serious though, because for something like, how many people would buy that whole setup on its own? We're not normal.
I don't see the crab happening, but I do see the actual droid coming to play. I don't see the actual crab because that thing is massive.
I'd rather have her. I'd rather have her with
that's
her
the
throne.
size. That's the size of the Hulkbuster. And yeah, I agree with Mr. Mom. I'd rather have the throne over the droid. Yeah, but I could see the actual droid happening. That'd be pretty cool because Hottoys has been in a droid like craving as of late. But at that point, if they're going to give us a droid, I'd rather them drop the probe droid than the Giga or the 1.5 Grievous. But then that's the one with the crab, right? So that'd be interesting. The scavenger droid could be his own figure. That's true. Yeah. So you never know. You never know. We didn't think they were going to drop the BD droid, but they threw it in a freaking 3-pack. I was like, damn, look at that. Well, we thought the BD was coming in because for Cal Kestis, but they threw it in so early with the Book of Boba. Like, damn, okay, we got BD. Let's go. Okay, so since
and
we
real quick though, just so did you see the picture that was just circulating with the last day or so? So the Cal Kestis actor, so he was live on set taking photos with Grogu in his pram. So let's just, is that, a cutback for the video game? Is that something for the show? Something future? Who knows? So, but yeah, he was on.
Maybe not for the show because they got so many characters from the actual season 1 and season 2, and also Book of Boba Fett that may come to play in the last 39 minutes. And throwing Cal Kestis in there, it's gonna be like, oh my god, Cal, throw in everybody in this final 39 minutes. But I could see maybe the video game, but maybe they're just doing promotions.
I think it's just promotions.
Yeah.
To get more hype for the game because it releases in 2 weeks. Which I'm going to be picking that bad boy up.
But, all right, so because we only got 30 minutes, I need to cover, I think, 2 or 3 more pictures here. All right, since we already got Mando on site right now, most likely we are going to see another Mando. Most likely, right? I'm hoping that we do get the N1 Starfire with Mando here, 3.0, or at this point 4.0. But I do want Mr. Mod Collectibles to start it off because
you know what I'm going to say.
I know what you're going to say, and I do want you to say it. Then go ahead, Mr. Mod. Tell us how you feel about the 4.0 Mando coming.
Diecast Chrome Mando.
Diecast armor. That's crazy.
Armor pieces. I'm telling you, it's like I'll give you two. I'm going to be honest because I think you and I talked on the phone about this because they're like leading us that way where it's like I would love to see the actual die-cast plates, the helmet. There's no reason why they can't do it like they did with the Iron Man Mark 1 where it's selective parts anyway. Like the Mark 1 isn't all die-cast. They called out select components on there. There's no reason why they wouldn't do this. It'd be pricey, but I'm telling you, this thing would be awesome if it was actually die-cast. The other option, which is going to be a theory, is if maybe in the next episode there is a battle damaged version of him, like Moff Gideon like tortures him, beats him up, takes his helmet off, and he's like bloodied, and maybe his armor's stripped. You know what I mean? Oh, that's what I had said to you, Nate. Maybe like his armor's stripped and he's like a disguised version of Mando. Because I think the next episode could be like a rescue kind of. It's gonna be like, it should be like a rescue style mission that maybe leads and it ends like in an Empire Strikes Back way, like where the bad guys win, but they get Mando back, but they're still kind of defeated. So I mean, my mind was going in both directions. Like I'd love to see like a die-cast version of him, and then like I said, some kind of version where he's like maybe tortured, doesn't have the armor, but maybe it's like a Mando disguised version. He's got to get out. You know, like he has to escape. Maybe he doesn't have his Beskar because you remember, man, Moff Gideon. He said he got the new Beskar. So I mean, I would maybe he humiliates Mando by stripping him of his Beskar.
Oh yeah, Moff
He was
Gideon,
flaunting his new stuff.
Yeah, he is vindictive.
But that's what I mean, though. Like he said,
it.
he said, strip him of his weapons. So now he doesn't have his weapons. So what if you strip him of his of his armor, kind of like demoralize him a little bit, and then maybe he's got to get out of there. So he's in a stormtrooper disguise outfit, and he's got to take off with a new jetpack. I'm just saying, like, I know my mind's going completely Don Prime right now, but. You know, but it's true though, because I'm just thinking about the episode. But diecast, let's just go diecast.
I know, guys.
It's tinfoil hat, but the diecast
tinfoil beanie.
Diecast.
Wearing a tinfoil beanie at this point.
Hey, Iron Man to Peter Parker. What are you if you need the suit? So they could be going with that because it's Filoni and Favreau. So they could basically be saying being more than a Mandalorian is just the suit of armor you wear. So that's something else they could push as well if they go for the whole, like, they remove his armor, he's got to do something, to get a disguise.
Because what's his face? Pedro complaining also that, like, he wanted to have his face shown more in this season. Like, he was upset that he was behind the whole time.
Well, it's based on the fact that
he's been wanting that since
you never go full Don.
Yeah, well, I went full Don. Nate, I think I was on the phone with you and I went full Don on the phone.
You went full Don, yeah.
Yeah, but part of the reason though is it's contractually done that he shows his face at least once or twice a season.
I think his helmet's coming off this episode.
Oh yeah, he's gonna come
tortured.
Off.
I think he wants to see Moff Gideon wants to see his eyes eye to eye, like he wants to interrogate him.
But there's an actual contract reason why he's taking it off.
I get that. Yeah.
So because if he didn't take this helmet off, he would only be paid for ADR work, which is voice working. Because he actually takes the Pedro Pascal is seen on camera in the costume, he gets paid as an actual actor, not a voice actor only. So there is a financial reason to this as well.
I get that. I'm just saying, like, I just think that in my mind, I was just thinking about the last episode. They're going to rescue him, but yet it's still going to be like a defeat. I think the only win is that they're going to get Mando back in their group, but they're still going to be defeated until the next episode. My mind was thinking, like, if I was Gideon, I'd strip him of his armor to humiliate him. He already took his weapons away. Moff Gideon feels like he's got the superior suits. So it's like, that's
Well, okay, I want to bring up Barrett's comment here because TK592 brought it up as well. Why release another TK592 brought up why release another Mando when people are going to complain about his weathering and it's not accurate? And then Barrett brought up just got the Chrome Mando on Friday. I have no idea what everybody was talking about. I love the weathering on him. It's the weathering on Mando is more accurate more specifically accurate to when he faced off against the actual Crate Dragon at season 2. So at the end of the day, people will complain
Mhm.
no matter what. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. And people will complain there's another Mando coming in after buying the deluxe chromed out version. So it is
Now-
what it is.
You can't
Now-
stay clean when you're walking in the desert.
Exactly. Oh yeah, we would. You know that personally, right?
Yep.
Hell, I was cleaning my toad out. I haven't looked at 15 years. It still has damn sand in it. But
dirt in it.
exactly. Now, I do think we're going to get another Mando figure for this season. However, I think this is potentially where we're going to start to see Hottoys do their magic, and we're going to start to see some variants or something special. So again, I could potentially see almost something like a neon tech. However, you know when the Mandalorians are looking through their visor and they have the different color spectrums, almost like the Predator?
Yeah.
What
yeah.
if they almost did like a toy fair? It's almost like a neon tech, but it's the thermal imaging Mando, or something like heat vision from the Predator. Because they got to do something different. Because how many Mandos are you gonna buy? I mean, because I have the Durosteel one, I had the original deluxe, got 3D printed parts done by Maz, and then I got the chrome armor.
You know it's
well,
never
yeah.
enough
When
for
it's
Hobby.
diecast, you will buy that one 4.0.
It's never enough. You know what I would want them to do? I would like them to give us a DX Mandalorian Din Djarin with swappable armor pieces, kind of like what they did with the Mando Death Watch, where you have swappable armor pieces or what have you. I wonder why they can do the same thing with this Din Djarin. Have battle damage version or flamed out version or the super clean diecast version at Mr. Mod Collectibles. I would like them to give us a DX Mando. That'd be nice. You gave us DX Ahsoka, gave us DX Luke multiple times, DX Vader. At this point, season 3, give us a DX Mando.
Or they do a DX Mando with IG-12.
Ooh, yeah, look at that. Yeah.
Don't
See,
put
'cause,
that
I mean-
out in the ether.
No,
Yeah,
I wouldn't want it. But I'm just.
I mean, because I have the
Fair
quarter
bad.
scale Mando with Grogu, and I would have thought that if anything, damaged parts would have came with those, but it didn't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know, because like, how do you really show damage to Beskar?
Yeah.
Well, the weathering. I mean, you could always. The weathering on the new one is extreme because I have two of them, and I've removed the weathering on one of them, and it's like super. Like I removed probably 85% of it, and that's probably more realistic of where the figure on an everyday basis is. Like Nate said, that weathering is very like when I was photographing it, it's very specific to like a specific scene. That is not how he is every day. If you remove like 80 to 85% of that, that's probably what he is more like all day. So I mean, if they really want to go the lazy route, they could just do that, kind of like them seeing people weather the figure. So I mean, remove it so like they make an updated version. But I hope they do something more than that, definitely.
So I brought up the N1 Starfighter. This also could be a possibility where they could throw us a Mando with the N1 Starfighter. It'll probably be a little bit more pricier, but at the end of the day, if it's between, do you think at $1,200 at Hulkbuster price would they include the Mando with it of season 3? Well, a specific Mando has to go into this because it would need to fit into the actual.
It'd have to have no
Starfighter.
padding, pretty much, basically, from the waist down to fit to make it look.
I see them doing a. I potentially see them giving you a Mando bust like the Hulkbuster, and then if you've got the Grogu set, the accessory set. So some of the Grogus, they're not full Grogus, so the bottom is molded in certain ways so it can fit in certain attachments. I could potentially see one of those Grogus being used in lieu of a full body Grogu, because essentially you'll have the space to put a Grogu in there, but not a full one. But then again, if this comes out, you'll potentially have the option to pop that area out to put R5 in. So you can have that Grogu inside with Din, but since they're both busts, you'll actually be able to fit both of them in without any damage to a figure. But that being said, say like the 1.5 body from the Durasteel Mando with Blurg, then that could potentially be a figure that they release separately that specifically is for this. But I could also see it basically it's just a figure with the with the jetpack, not even the other accessories. Like it's a dirt cheap version, if that makes sense.
CMB, your thoughts with the N1 Starfighter? Would that be the only way we get the Mandalorian figure? That'd be a nice way to try and sell this piece with it.
I don't think that they would do that. The only way to get that figure because just because of the hefty price tag that would be on the N1 itself, they know that that would discourage a lot of buyers. And at the end of the day, that's a loss of money for a company, knowing that, it dissuades people from wanting to put up that kind of money just to get a figure when they're already trying to fork over a lot of money for the vehicle itself. I could see them doing
again. We already have like 2 or 3 Mandos already from the Beskar version. So at this point, here missing out on this particular one, I think the only reason why you'd probably be missing out on this particular Mando is because it's the only one that'd be able to fit inside the N1 Starfighter.
Yeah, or like they do like what Don said, like they might just sell the figures separately, or they'll do multiple
and the bus
SKUs.
thing. Yeah.
They'll do like if you buy the vehicle by itself, you get the bus. But then they might do another SKU where you get the vehicle and the special edition Mando that actually fits in the vehicle.
Mr. Mark Collectibles, any final thoughts on the N1 Starfighter?
No, I mean, like you said, the price tag on it, I'd be totally fine if they just did a bust because if that helped cut down on cost, because I would love to have a Mando inside of it. I would probably rather have, like what Don said, the bust route versus it being a complete full figure. I mean, one thing that stinks about the Mando and Blurg is I would love to have that original Duracell Mando because I know it's like a 1.5 with a lot better articulation on the body compared to the the original. So that's probably the only thing. If it was a full size figure, it's got to have obviously better articulation to fit properly in it. But honestly, like a lot of people were saying that the cost, I think 1,200, if that was the price tag, is already kind of a pushing people's wallets there. I would rather them just do a bust, stick a bust in it, call it a day. I mean, you're not really posing them any way differently except hands on the steer, hands on the stick and him looking forward. So you don't really need to pose him up any differently than that. So I'd be happy with a bust.
But all right, guys, we're about 20 minutes till the end of the stream. So let me hit up on the votings here. So the last voting I had was the Imperial Armored Commandos, due at 59% and do not at 41%. Wow. Okay. I guess we're going in with the 59%, but do not. I guess they weren't as popular with the
blasphemy.
Yeah, it looks like half the votes pretty much said do not on the Imperial Armored Commandos.
Ye of little faith.
All right, so ending poll there. All right, so I guess we have enough for the. Oh wait, there you go. I'm seeing where is exit that out. And then remove this. Put us back in here like that. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Pretty much roughly about 20 minutes or 15 minutes. I do want to try and do some send-offs to the very end. So, all right. The final discussion of the night. Y'all know we're going in. We're going in, y'all. Oh man, get your Bible blades up together. For the baddest of the bads, baby. Freaking the Praetorian Guards. Let's go, baby. Let's go, dude. The Slayers of Past Vizsla coming into play. Too soon, though. Too soon. Wow, when I saw these guys pop in, right, all I thought about was Hot Toys. I need it. I want it. I want them.
USB powered?
USB powered accessories, bruh. The one cool thing about this is that the armor is the same. Only the accessories are different. So that means these will probably be just single pieces, and you just gotta pick up one or pick up three. It'll be pretty much just pick up the one, and you get army build as many as you want. I'm gonna pick up at least 4 of these because I want to get an even number. So
in 10 minutes is gonna be 5.
Yep.
4. I gotta keep the even number of these.
No,
so
at least
it's gonna be 4.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'll just say real quick. I love the helmets. Like they're Neo Crusader, Mandalorian Neo Crusader helmets.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I would want to say if Hot Toys was smart, they would just make one figure with three different weapons.
Yes. Like they did with the original Praetorian Guards. They did the same thing. They never released.
Well, yeah, they gave you
only,
one.
Yeah.
They had two figures, but each figure came with two different weapons.
No,
So
yeah, they gave you two figures, but they didn't do a 2-pack. It all single. Yeah, with different helmets and different weapons. So, and they should just do the same thing, and this would be an easy one because the thing is, if they do a 3-pack, this is $900 out the door. $900 to $1,000. There's no way they're gonna do a 3-pack. So 2-pack I can see, but honestly, they should do the single and just get it for $300 for one piece. Or if you want to make the sacrifice of $1,000 to get 3 of these, or at this point, close to $1,100 for 4 of these. Yeah, damn. Man, I'm making the map here. I'm gonna be so hurting. Dear Lord, damn it, Hot Toys. Why would you do this to me? Like, I want to get 4 of these at this point. Oh, dear God.
I mean, I absolutely love these. I know sequel trilogy gets shat on, but the Praetorian Guards were some of the best stuff to come from the sequel trilogy. And I'm not gonna lie, because anyone who's seen Rebels, the fact that their weapons were able to penetrate Beskar so easily basically means the Duchess or the technology survived.
Yeah. And also, these are, as you were saying, Neo Crusaders, and they do have Mandalorian armor with these Praetorian Guards. So that's pretty cool. And I love the Mandalorian helmets with it. So I gotta say, freaking my boy Moff Gideon, the man of freaking style. He's all style. He is all freaking style and quality, of course, but he is style. The man got style. Also, $5 super chat from Jonathan O'Kane.
Thank you.
Those guards flanking Arena Suit Gideon will be straight fire. Bring it. Thanks for all you guys do. Hot Toys life forever. Goat this man. GTM. Goat this freaking man. You know what? Give the man the goats.
These gifts, as is tradition, the protectors of our world are bestowed with great feasts. Giant goats! Oh, look at...
Now, Ethan Lee, I gotta say, I agree with him now with this one. I've been agreeing with him throughout the stream, but that statement right there. Now, these could possibly be ex-Mandalorians. Now, these could be possibly ex-Mandalorians turned Praetorian Guards. So, quite possibly. Because they were able to handle Heavy. Well, of course, Heavy got wrecked, of course. But Praetorian Guards, they got style, too, and skills. So, at this point, Moff Gideon needed these guys. Like, hey, I'm facing off against Mandalorians. I need some Praetorian Guards. Please, send them over to me. But, all right. So, Don Prime, if you're going to pick these up, how many are you going to be picking up?
Oh, don't know. Do not know. Because here's the thing. We might see different weapons. We might see different accessories. We're possibly going to see these guys again in Episode 8. So, it all depends. Because even here, you have 3 distinct body types. Because look at the way the helmet lies on all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, at that point, like, the front of the helmet is the same, but the more I'm looking at it, are there different variations in the helmet?
I think it's
Because,
just
like,
I think it looks like it's 3 different actors.
No,
now.
they're the same helmets.
They're the same helmets.
It's just
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because the one to the far left is just stocky and short compared to the other 2. I mean, it just looks like they're different actors wearing them.
Well,
Okay.
I think these two are closer together. That one is farther out there. You can tell from the
And
distance.
he's got a
there.
different body build. If you look, you can see he's different.
He's definitely shorter and stockier.
guys
Yeah, because, like, the one in
taller.
the center, like, the curvature on the sides almost looks like a transport trooper helmet.
Give us Boba Fett return to save Boba. Tom, it sounded like we might see Boba Fett come into play, and that tells me one thing. I'm gonna buy me another Boba Fett. But we'll talk about that for the finale. Yeah. Either way, let's move on. CMB, your thoughts? Will you be picking up some Praetorian Guards?
3 of them.
Oh, you're gonna get 3 of them. Wow. Okay. Wow, you're gonna get 3 of these. All right.
Minimum
Anything
of
you?
2, but I will be pushing for 3 off the bat, just because because he faced off against what 3, 4, 4. He fought 4 of them,
3.
right?
3.
3 of them.
Yeah, 3 showed up. So then I would want 3 just to I think who said it? Was it Barrett who said 3 of them behind Moff Gideon?
Let me see. Let me see. Who said that? Someone said that.
Yeah,
3 of
someone
these
said.
flanking. Yeah. Someone said 3 of these flanking Moff Gideon will be awesome. Yeah. Yeah. I forgot who said. I forgot who said it here. Oh, there you go, Jonathan. Okay, you did say it. Put a $5 super chat. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me see. So you're gonna go all in, like you're gonna take the Nate challenge.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the name. No, I said 3. I'm not doing 6 or more.
That is the Nate challenge, though. Real talk. That's 6 or more. Yeah. All right, Mr. Mount Collectibles. Are you interested in the Praetorian
2.
Guards?
I'll do
Just
2.
2.
I'll
Really?
do 2. Yeah, because these are fire, dude. With the red, oh man, especially if they're USB. Like if these things are USB, oh man, these things are fire. Now the reason why I might do 3 of them, only reason why, I'd have to see how they're actually released. What I'm hoping for is that it's one figure and you get all 3 different accessories with one figure. Realistically, that would be nice because then you could just literally buy 3 of the same and then just swap out. I mean, yeah, you'll have extra accessories, but you could at least present all 3 of these guards with a different accessory, like how they were presented, in the show, at least for right now. Unless there's a different format. So I really want to see how Hot Toys pitches them, if these were to be made, of course, how they actually present them for sale. Whether, like I said, you literally would have to buy 3. I can't see them making people buy 3 separate figures because each one of them has an accessory, but they've done weird things before, so I wouldn't ask them. But it'd be cool if it was just one figure, because it is the same one, and just stick in 3 different accessories in the box, and then it's up to the user, the owner, to decide how they want to do it. If that's the case, then I would probably get 3 of these guys. I want to see how Hot Toys actually packages them and sells them off, and see how much they are, of course. But definitely 2, 100%. The red, oh man, I love this. I love this a lot.
So, Mr. Mount Collectibles, since I got you on the mic, let me know right now, what are you planning for going forward today? Because we are going to end the stream in the next few minutes. So, Mr. Mount Collectibles, what you got going?
I actually have my own stream going on at around like 8:15, 8:20. If anyone is interested, I am, like I said, last week I hit 1,000 subscribers, all that fun stuff. So I'm moving on to establishing and going to start doing my own streams more, like on a weekly basis. So I'm looking at doing like a Sunday night stream where, just talking about different topics, and I'm trying to pick one kind of specific theme and kind of talk about something. So at like 8:15, 8:20, I'm going to have my own stream if anyone's interested. I'm going to cover a couple things, like real basic rudiment, like things that were discussed throughout the week. I have a couple of things, but the main topic is actually about the DeLorean. I always meant to do a follow-up stream, kind of like a 30 to 45 day check-in after owning the vehicle. I know the whole debacle of everything, but I wanted to do a stream about it, to give my thoughts about after owning the vehicle, the pros and the cons, and how it potentially can rub maybe collectors the wrong way with future vehicles like the N1 if Hot Toys released it, maybe the 89 Batmobile. There's competition out there. So does this vehicle and the kind of the debacle, does it put a sour taste in collectors' mouths for future Hot Toys releases? I don't know. That's something to discuss. So if anyone's interested, like Ace at 8:15, it's only be like an hour and 20 minutes. Nothing crazy right now, but if anyone's interested, I'll be there. Maybe CMB will jump in. I know I sent CMB an invite. Maybe he'll pop in and talk with me for a bit. We'll see.
Yeah, guys, if you guys want to go for the after party,
Didn't mean to put you on the spot, by the way.
Yeah, if you guys want to go to the after
Totally just
party,
put him on the spot.
Hey, if you guys want to go to the after party, head over to Mr. Buck Collectibles at around 8:20, 8:30.
Now, real quick before stepping in, so the more I'm looking at those, like the Mandalorian versions of the Praetorian Guards, the more I'm seeing at least similarities. Remember, Solo, Biden Dross had the ancient, like the samurai version of the Mandalorian army armor. I'm getting like kind of those vibes as well, because the color obviously is the same, but the like where they have the belt, the way the armor flows down. I don't think that's not unintentional.
Well, that's the thing with Disney and Star Wars. They like to mix and match their armors they've created so far, and just repaint them. Kind of like what they did with the tank trooper and the
No,
transport trooper. Yeah.
well, no. If you look at remember from Dryden Voss, it wasn't
Yes.
the full. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying is, and then obviously then the Praetorian Guards we see, then they have the full setup, with the ribbed arms. I'm just saying that version more looks like the original Mandalorian suit. That's what I'm saying. And
No,
we've seen,
I know, I get
the
what you're saying.
ceremonial. Okay.
I'm just adding the fact that Disney and Star Wars have been doing that. They've been adding or modifying different looks that they have with
Oh yeah, definitely.
troopers. They've done it with the variant of the sword troopers. They just kept modifying that to mud trooper and then modifying it to the assault trooper and so on and so forth. So hey, it's their IP, so they're gonna go and try and milk these armors as best they can to make more toys at this point, which is fine. Hey, I'm loving it. So more hot toys to try and capitalize. Also, guys, Big Dog Pound 1 dropped. Pour one out for our boy Paz Visa. He didn't make it in the last episode. Take a drink. Drop F in the chat. Rest in peace. Rest in power, Paz Visa. This is the way the man went out fighting. I think he could have just ran off with the rest of them, but he was like, "I'm gonna die, Mandalorian. Today is a good day to die."
Until we see a post-credit scene on next week's episode with him and Boba's back to tank. Hey!
Robo Paz Visa. Robo Paz Visa.
No. We're gonna see Boba riding in. All of a sudden, in the back is gonna be Robo Vanth. You have 10 seconds to comply.
Remember, Boba has a mobile back to take, so he's probably gonna bring it with him.
Yep. In the finale.
Post credit scene, you're gonna see Paz Vizsla in the back to take.
You know what's funny though? He's just so damn freaking thick that the door for the
it just overflows.
It's overflowing. It can't even close properly. Like, okay, come here, Chrysanthemum. Just sit on this. Just sit on this damn thing.
And instead of his eyes opening up to indicate he's alive, you see some of his some of the lights on his gauntlets light up.
I can imagine because he's so freaking thick, he can't even close the damn freaking door.
Yeah, water density.
Will they just stick Jon Favreau in the tank and call it a day?
Well, he's not even the voice anymore.
No, I know, but just for the joke, just throw him in the tank. It's Jon Favreau.
Damn. Oh damn, man. Oh wow, that'd be funny. But yeah, there is talks that Boba Fett will be returning for the finale because if you looked at the Twitter from the director that directed both episode 7 and 8, he said that he will be concluding the resolution of season 3 Mandalorian and #Book of Boba Fett. So Boba Fett might be coming in like, wait, they got my boy, Din. Let's go, Fennec. Let's go. Ride or die. Let's
You got
go.
my little grandson? They got my little green grandson? Oh, it's on.
It's on. Oh my God. Let's go, baby. Ride or
what?
die. Score Sturp. It's on, baby. It's DEFCON 1. DEFCON 1.
All I can think is the mod kids, they're in their little mod bikes. They're trying to go up to get Moff Gideon, and he just looks at him and he'd be like, "What the hell is this?" I'll try spinning. It's a good move.
Oh damn. Oh man. That'd be funny. That'd be funny. Both are just coming in, just wrecking fools. Like, you thought you had the W, Gideon. Oh nah. I'll bring in the Republic fleet on my tail, man. They're coming in.
I'll just say, or what about this? We know that the mythosaur has already breached to the surface. What if he just jetpacks out of the Slave One, which it is the Slave One, and then just jumps on the mythosaur and just starts riding him?
Oh my God!
Then you'd be like, screw your Rancor. You'd be like, mythosaur.
Wow. But all right, guys, that's all we have for today. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you for discussing about Star Wars, Mandalorian Season 3, possible hot toys. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully, we'll get our wish list out there and see if in the universe respond back. you know, and
Put it in the
hope-
ether.
Put it in the ether. Yeah, yeah. And also, I know we got a lot of stuff coming in, especially for May 4th. That's gonna be ridiculous. Planning out gonna be it's already end. I gotta end it now. Later, guys. Remember, we're the simple collectors trying to make our way in this freaking galaxy and made a weapons with you always.
See you later, everybody.
Peace.
Laters. Peace. And we end it here.
Mandalore will live on in me.
Got your stick? Oh! Beat him up! Make him hard! Ready! Let's show this prehistoric bitch how we do things downtown.